Hello, so I'm going to show today how I'm creating an enclosure for a part that I need to print in ABS on a printer that doesn't have an enclosure. So I'm going to print this on my Prusa MK3S Plus, which doesn't come with an enclosure, and I haven't built one for it because I don't believe I need one. So what I'm going to do is create another part around this part that I need. This is actually a vent from one of my other printers. So I'm actually going to build around it an enclosure just for this part that will actually keep the hot air inside. And once it gets built, no draft can actually affect the bonding of my layers. So for that, I'm just going to make a sketch and I'm going to make a rectangle, and this rectangle will be actually like 2 millimeters away from this part. I'm using Onshape to create my parts, and um, I I love it because it's really fast and it's cloud based, so I don't have to install anything. And there we go. Now I have just to extrude this. I'm going to make a thin extrude and select this. I'm going to extrude it on the outside. I'm going to use a 0.45 millimeters. So I'm going to print this part with a 0.4 millimeter nozzle, and I'm making this was 0.45. So I'm making sure that the bond between the layers of this part will be as good as possible. I'm not concerned about this resistance because I don't really care about it. It will just be something that I will throw away, making sure that it's a little bit higher than my part, so the last layers of my part will still be inside. And now what I have here is a part that is actually closed. So the part that I'm actually looking for, I'm actually building, is not going to get any draft or any cold air because the heat bed will actually keep the part hot, and inside this volume that I created here, the temperature will be higher actually than an enclosure. So what I need to do now is export these two. So I'm just going to click export. I'm going to make sure that I export them as as a single part, so I don't want this checked. Exporting them, clicking save, and now I'm going to open my Prusa slicer, and in Prusa slicer I'm going to add the part. I'm going to add some changes here. So the layer height will be 0.1. I want to make sure that it's strong enough. So I'm going to use to add another perimeter, another top and bottom layer. I'm also going to add some rafts, sorry, some supports, because in this area I want to print this part in this orientation, because it's very easy for me to remove the supports from here, and it would be like really difficult to remove them from inside. So I'm just going to use automatic supports, and I'm going to add the supports, add a brim, change the brim settings because I'm also going to use inside inner brim. And now I think that I can slice it. It looks great. I'm gonna check the supports. I'm supporting everything that I need. It's gonna print on supports, so I'm going to also go in here and use thick bridges, and I'm also going to use nearest stem position because I don't really care about how it looks. I just want it to work great. Again, another setting that I like to change always when I'm printing on supports, I'm gonna make this change. I'm gonna change the support style from grid to snug, because they are very small supports. Otherwise, if I'm printing something very high and the supports will go very high, I'm going to use organic, but in this case snug would be just perfect. And there we go. I can slice and I can print, and the part printed looks awesome. And I'm very, very happy with how it came out. Thank you for watching.